Hey everybody, this is Owen Zara coming to you with another 3 questions for you by you. We're outside the Emily Wilson Library, now the Easthampton Public Library. We're here today to chat with a couple of the many people who make this place work and provide books and other information and services here. There's been a lot of talk in the community recently about the future of the library. We're going to get some answers about that, as well as what services are offered here from a variety of the staff who work here, as well as how can we make the library come to you through delivery. So those and many other questions will be answered in 3 questions for you today. 3 questions for you by you today, Easthampton Public Library Edition. Okay, and we're here with Katya Shapiro, the library director. As people know, there's been a lot of discussion about the future of the library, its current funding, its relationship with the city. So we're here to get the lowdown, the 411, the Dewey Decimal, so to speak, of what is going on with the Emily Wilson Library now, the Easthampton Public Library. So Katya's going to give us some information about that.
Well, you said it, Owen. We have been the Emily Williston Library since the 90s, and we are now going back to our roots as the Easthampton Public Library. Well, we were the Public Library of Easthampton, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. But the truth is, we really see this name change as a way to start reinventing, recreating, and re-solidifying the library's relationship with the city. Because there's a lot of confusion in the city about sort of how the library works, how the funding works, who's in charge, and I can break it down a little bit. Basically, we have here a private nonprofit, a wonderful library that was started with private funds and has an endowment and a board of trustees, but we contract with the city for services. We receive public funds. The city currently pays about 49% of our operating budget, which is low for Massachusetts in general, but is part of just the way this library has come to be. But we want to change that. We want to work more closely with the city. We want to be able to take advantage of this gift of a new building that's being offered to us, because this building, beautiful and lovely and sort of impressive as it is, doesn't have all the functions of a modern library. We don't have meeting space. We don't have programming space. We don't have enough computers. We don't have enough protection from the little mice and birds that come in here all the time. And bats, hi guys. And we also don't have a fully accessible library. We don't have a space that the full population of Easthampton can really use. And we really want that to change, because we want this to be a library for the full city. So we're investigating a lot of different funding options, a lot of different ways that we can have a closer relationship with the city, ways that we can have more transparency, ways that we can really take this private association and turn it into even more of a public utility and make sure that it's there for everyone in the city. So I know there are so many questions about how this works and what could happen, and honestly, I have just as many questions. But I think there are some really great opportunities, and I'm so delighted that right now the city seems to be coming together to value their library.
Thank you, Katya. I think that was a great summary of what's going on with the library. I know the community has a lot of questions, and I know that the people who work here have a lot of questions. Just like at one time, the Dewey Decimal System was the prevalent way of accessing books in our libraries, that process is evolving, and so too the space that the library occupies in our community is evolving. I also just want to be clear for people who are watching right now, I did not see any bats at any time so far during the time that we were filming this interview. So I am here now with Emily Prabhakar. I'm downstairs in the youth section. Emily is the new Director of Youth Services. Youth Services Director.
Youth Services Coordinator.
Youth Services Coordinator. Third time is a charm. Actually, right behind me is one of the many crystals in the windows that if you get the light just right, there's a lovely array of rainbows that comes through the building. So Emily's new. She has a wide array of experience in libraries, is new here to the Easthampton Public Library, and she's going to talk about her role and what she envisions will be happening with youth programming and youth services here at the library.
Yeah, so I'm really new here. I've been here as the Youth Services Coordinator for about 3 weeks, and I'm really settling in, and I feel so grateful and lucky to be here. I was just thinking about how every morning when I go up to unlock the door and hang up the open sign, I just feel super excited to think about who's going to come through that day, whether it's somebody looking for a new cooking magazine or a graphic novel or a video game or a new series to start, or maybe they just want to roll around with the dinosaurs and the trucks in our play corner. But we really have a wonderful, we're packed with wonderful resources down here, and we really want everybody to feel welcome and at ease. And, I just want to make sure everybody kind of knows what's down here. If you haven't been down here in a while, we have, just a full collection of books for everybody, from babies through young adults. And then we also have tons of, we have like a slew of video games, and we have DVDs, and we have wonderful graphic novels and books on CD. And we have stuff to do down here if you just want to kind of come and make something for a little while, if you want to hang out with people, if you want to kind of meet up to just find something that you're curious about. I know one question I've been getting a lot is if you can return stuff from other libraries here. Absolutely, any of the libraries in the CW Mars network. So if you have stuff from the Forbes or the Edwards Library over in Southampton, you can bring it back here. You can bring our stuff there, or to any of the libraries in the CW Mars network. And I also just want to let everybody know how many programs and fun things we have going on. We've got a new therapy dog, Molly, who comes to read, or to be read to. Molly doesn't read. I'll let you know when that happens. But to read to Molly on Friday afternoons. We have a chess club going right now that's really wonderful and exciting. I'm learning a lot from just watching it. We have Lego and Pokemon Club. Every week we have a baby story time, toddler baby story time. And I'm also starting to have story times for families, like more elementary age kids, on days when Easthampton Public Schools has a half day. So we can have like story time and art making. I just bought a button maker that I'm hoping teens might have some fun coming and exploring and experimenting with. And I'm really interested also just to know what kind of programs people are interested in and what they're hoping to do here at the library. And our program list is really growing. I'm also really interested to know if you can't find the book or the resource that you want here, let us know. We really want you to be able to get it somehow, whether we order it or we get it through another library. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to thinking about the possibilities and how we can grow and offer more things. I had a stuffy sleepover here over February vacation. I started to get really attached. I did a great job taking care of the stuffies that stayed here overnight with me, and I had so much interest in it that I'm actually going to host another one over April vacation. So if your stuffy needs a little night away, that's going to be on the table. But I'm just really interested for anybody to stop by and come see the space, come introduce yourself to me, and feel really welcome to let me know what you're hoping for. I'm really looking forward to summer reading too already, and being able to have even a more active role in families' lives as school libraries close for the summer. And so starting to plan for that, and it's going to be really wonderful too. So, and Katya can say a little more about the adult programming. Our space down here is a multi-use space, and so we also have adult programs down here in the evenings, and she can talk a little bit more about that.
So as Emily clearly illustrated, the library is a place for people of all ages. And it certainly sounds like the youth section has a lot of exciting things going on, not just the books that are here, but again, other media opportunities, video games, programming, and your stuffy will be safe here overnight. Now, Emily had touched on adult programming, and our ever-present and engaged director, Katya, just happened to be right around the corner. So we're going to chat with her a little bit now for, I think this is technically question 2.5, right? It's question 2.5 because we still have, we have a third somewhere?
Yeah, but
Do we?
We'll bring it in together, actually.
Okay, so was this 3 or is this 2.5?
You decide.
Oh, well, hey, it's like a choose your own adventure book. So we'll decide. We'll decide. We'll hear what she has to say, and then we'll see where we go from there. So Katya's going to talk a little bit about adult programming now.
So adult programming, yes, one of the reasons we wanted to talk about it down here is that many of our adult programs take place right here in this very same space. We don't segregate adults and children all together. Everybody uses the library we have. But I wanted to talk a little bit, Owen, about why we do the kind of adult programming that we do. What are we even doing here? You know, which is a corollary to that earlier question, but why are we so excited about having a library? And the real truth is, you read a lot about libraries having new missions and new things that they do, and not your grandma's library and things like that. And the reality is that everything that we do really stems from the same mission that libraries have been having for quite a long time. And I don't want to romanticize this, but we really are here to get people to the information and cultural access that they want. You know, we don't gatekeep, we curate for sure. We definitely try to make sure that we have what people might want. But what we are really trying to do is connect people to the resources that they need and to be an open, free, and accepting third space where people can spend time, everybody from young families to older adults who don't quite know how to use a computer to really anybody who needs anything. You walk in here, we try to get it for you, and we try to let you be here because there aren't a lot of places like that. It's valuable. And in terms of adult programming, what we're trying to do is reflect community interest. We have a ton of book groups. This is a really reading city. I'm just shocked by how many books come in and out of this library. We also have events on everything from climate change to anti-racism to gardening to, we're having a pollinator event here. I know that's in your wheelhouse. But also really anything. We do adult crafting, arts. Stephanie, our adult services coordinator, works so hard to create all kinds of interesting things. And we are really excited because this spring we're going to be able to bring back yoga at the Easthampton Public Library, which was always one of our most popular programs. And we're really excited that it's coming back. So this is what we do, almost everything we can with this space. We want to get the most we can out of our limited square footage. And I'm hoping that having more square footage will only allow us to branch out and do 20 more programs a week. People come to me all the time and they offer me great ideas and I want to do all of them. So I'm really looking forward. And I also want to touch on the other kinds of programs that we do. We do a lot of programs that are in my sort of helping and social services wheelhouse. We have office hours with our city social worker. We have technology and computer help, and we're expanding that with the help of Easthampton neighbors. And we are working in partnership with a ton of organizations in the area, most especially the schools and the Council on Aging, to offer joint programming that suits the needs of our city's constituents. So we really want to see you here. Check our calendar. We've got really good stuff, and I cannot emphasize enough, everyone who comes here has fun here. So please do come.
Thank you, Katya, for jumping in and telling us more about the adult programming that's available here. Again, it's important for our community to know that the library is more than a place that has books. It's a living institution that offers a lot of programming opportunities to meet and connect, as well as things like office hours for our social worker and our municipal representatives. And our next question here, we made it through a partial question, is about the library services that you don't have to come to the library, they can come to you. Katya's going to tell us a little bit more about the home delivery in the Library on Wheels here. A great service where the books are not just delivered to you, but also selected based on your interests. So we're going to chat a little bit more about that.
Hi, so me again. You guys get to listen to a lot of me, but I just wanted to let you know about one more service that we have. I spoke to the adult programming side of things, but there are many adults and children and people in the city who, for whatever reason, age, disability, lack of transportation, lack of interest in leaving their home, COVID, can't get into be at the library. And so we have this fabulous service, the Library Book Bike. I'll show you the little flyer, but the truth is, what we have is the fabulous Kelly, who goes and rides the library bike around and delivers books to folks who are homebound or, as I said, temporarily incapacitated or otherwise unable to come into the library. There's no barrier to this service. Anyone can use it who wants to. And all you have to do is call us up and say, I'd like to sign up for the delivery service. And it's more than just books getting delivered to your door and picked up, which is amazing, obviously. But if you want, Kelly and the rest of us will select titles for you. We'll get to know your reading habits. We'll bring you the books that you like. We'll put them on hold for you. It's a full service operation. And if you're, we can pretty much tailor this service to the way that people want to use it. A lot of people use it in different ways. But mostly what it is it's a really friendly service. It's a really, from us to you, we just want to bring you the books and make sure you get what you need to read. So the only other thing I want to mention, because someone just called me about it and it reminded me, is we also have hotspots for loan, mobile hotspots. And we are hoping to get more of those in the near future. So if you can't get to the library, there are a lot of ways that the library services can also get to you.
Thank you, everybody, for providing such jam-packed information about the Easthampton Public Library today. I'm grateful for your time and opening up the space in the building to me. What a wonderful resource here in our community. Again, it's not just about books. There's programming that goes on here, media and other goods that can be borrowed through the library. I'm standing here right now in front of the old Bank of America building next to Easthampton Savings Bank right across the street. Easthampton Savings Bank has been gracious enough to offer this building at minimal cost to the library for a possible new home. We don't know if the library will end up here. It's certainly a great opportunity for this community. Either way, the library is looking to turn a new page to its next chapter and how it can continue to serve the community of Easthampton. Our community, just like every community, needs a library, not just as a place to obtain books and information, but also as a place to gather, to attend events, to offer and share information. Again, I appreciate the time today. We learned quite a bit about the Easthampton Public Library, just changed from the Emily Williston Library. Another 3 questions for you, UbyU. Check out your public library. It's a great resource here, no matter where it's housed. I got my library card today. So I'll see you soon for another 3 questions for you, UbyU. Take care, everyone.